Welcome back. It's your best friends. It's Austin and
It's Sean.
yeah. How you been, man?
Been better, but
Been better?
yeah. But that's okay. Yeah. Not to
Not
get
the
into
easiest
it.
week.
Nah, it hasn't been the easiest week. Everybody's sick with stuff.
Mm,
And had family come into town, and right when they came into town, everybody got sick. So hasn't been the most fun time, but we're here. We're living it. Still working, still got to see them. So that's always fun. I got a new credit card.
oh, you got a new credit card. What
Yeah.
credit card did you get? I'm acting like I don't know because
You
I already
definitely know
know,
the answer to this
but I'm
question.
gonna act like I don't know.
I got the Apple Card.
What? Apple makes a
Yeah.
card?
Yeah,
No,
dude, they do.
I
And
knew
it's
that too.
great. And you have
It
one
is
too.
great. I do
Check your
have one
wallet.
too. Yes, I have an Apple Card. It's an amazing card. Yeah. What do you think about it? Other than it's great, like what's great about it?
Well, I mean, pretty much everything we've talked about before, but for one, the interface is amazing. So uh, any I I don't have that many credit cards, but the other credit card that I do have, the app is kind of a nightmare to traverse, and it's kind of hard to handle everything through that application. But Apple's interface is like so straightforward. There's not like a lot of weird verbiage or it's beautiful. I can get
It is
anything and
beautiful.
everything that I need, and I get notifications regularly about things,
Yeah.
which is nice.
And it's not like an email notification that kind of gets lost with all the sauce. It's like
Mhm.
an application that sends you the notification through the app itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. And the benefits are really good. The 3%, 2%, 1% thing. And something, I don't know if you pay for extra iCloud storage, but they immediately, like, I didn't have to switch my card over. Right when I got the Apple Card and it linked with my Apple ID, they immediately just like said, all right, your iCloud stuff is going to be charged on here, and you're going to get 3% cash back from
Nice.
everything because it's Apple products.
Yeah,
So
I love it. I love it.
yeah, I got a notification the other day that I would purchase iCloud storage, and I was just like, oh, I didn't even like move this over. That's so great.
That is awesome. And I have it set to where so there's an Apple Cash card. If people don't know, if you're an Apple user, I would suggest getting the Apple credit card. Apple Cash is like a separate, it's actually just a debit card, realistically. And it's held with a different bank. But they send your cash back that you get by using your credit card to the Apple Cash card. And it gets in there like the next day. And they call it daily cash, so you don't have to wait for like the statement cycle to end to get your cash back.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's nice to see that build.
Yes, and you can set it to where anytime you pay your card or anytime you buy anything through Apple Pay, it instantly takes it out of the Apple Cash card first.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you can basically like lower your bill every single time. And I have it set to where if I'm about to pay my Apple card balance off, it pulls from Apple Cash card first.
Yeah.
Or you can just choose to build it up in there and keep it and use it like an extra Venmo.
Yeah.
I don't know why Apple Cash hasn't taken off as much as I thought it would.
I know. I feel like a majority of the people that I know have iPhones and like Apple products.
Me too.
And so like, I don't know. I still feel like even in those scenarios, like Venmo or Cash App are like the preferred ways to send money to each other, even though you can just send me a text message with whatever.
I know, dude. It's
just
so
link
easy.
your debit card or your credit card and
so easy.
Send money to somebody else. I don't know. I do that to you because I know you appreciate that.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. I don't like having to go through another separate. Yeah, it's super easy. Yeah. So anyone who does know about it, I definitely use Apple Cash instead of Venmo or Cash App. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like a legal thing. They try not to like advertise it too much because they don't want to get sued for like monopoly,
I guess so. That's fair. It's just kind of
that's
like
always
a perk. That's kind of like
that's always like a talking point of like when Amazon gets into payment, so it's like Amazon Pay. It's like, oh my God, they have Amazon Pay. They have Amazon Prime where you get free shipping. They have like pharmaceuticals.
They have a handle on
drugs shipped. Yeah. So like when they have a hand in everything, it's like, are we really going to let this one company take over everything? So certain people get really up in arms about it.
Yeah.
I think they have to like keep certain things under wraps and like not promote them too much just to play the PR game.
Right.
But anyway, no, I love the Apple Card. I have a funny story about the Apple Card though. So for anyone who doesn't know, number one, it's a metal card and it feels great. It's super freaking loud whenever you drop it. So it just feels like a flex.
Oops, I dropped my titanium card.
Exactly. Oh, this titanium gets stuck on my 100% genuine leather wallets. Oh, it just gets kind of sticky in there. Anyway, I went to a kind of like a small business in Monroe here, and it's a pool place that's been there for forever, and it's just locally owned by a little family.
Like pool that you swim in, or like a pool like
Pool that you swim in. Pool that you
okay, that
swim in.
makes sense.
Yeah. So I was buying some stuff, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna pay with debit card, credit card, or cash?" I said credit card. So I put my Apple Card in the little chip reader, and they were like, "Okay, cool. I just need to type in the card number." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, here you go." So I like handed her the card, but the card doesn't have any numbers on
Does
it.
that have a number on it?
Yeah. So the Apple Card just has like, it shows you where the mag strip is. It's a white card, and then it's got the Apple logo, and it's got the little, what is that, EVM chip or EMV chip, whatever it's
Yeah, and
called.
it's got your name.
It's got your name. Yeah. And then on the back, I think it just says issued by Goldman Sachs, something like that.
Yeah.
So there's no numbers anywhere. It's all in the wallet app. So I was like, and this was like pretty early on into me having the Apple Card. This was not recently. It was a while ago. So maybe a weekend, and I was like, hold on. So I like pull my phone out, and I'm like, let me see if I can find the thing. And then I was like, oh, okay, all right, here's the thing. So I like turn my phone around and show her the thing, and she's like, doo, 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 looking up at my phone, putting so awkward. So if you go to maybe don't use it with a really small business with kind of older card readers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
That's funny. I honestly, when I looked at the card the first time I got it, I was just like, what? Where? And like I was like, what if I need to like buy something on the internet? I was like, what do I do?
Yeah, exactly.
It's on
go to the wallet app.
But yeah. Now I'm like super hyper aware when places use Apple Pay too. Like I feel like everywhere I go into, I'm like trying to use Apple Pay, or I have to like ask someone like, do you guys take Apple Pay?
Yeah.
Which is not something I ever did in the past, even though I could. Like, so if I knew that they did, sometimes I'd be like, I could just pay with Apple Pay. I forgot. But now I'm like very hyper aware.
Yes, dude, it's like
trying to
scary
get that extra
easy
percent.
to pay. Scary easy
Dude,
to pay.
That's true. We kind of talked about that last time, where it's just like it's easy to get caught in like subscriptions and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Like websites that have Apple Pay, I am absolutely quicker to make a purchase through that because all your information is saved. So dude, for me, I still have like the older phones. So I have a home button, so I just use my thumbprint, and everything is done. Like that's it. That's the whole process. Like whenever I bought my squat rack and barbell, and like I put the stuff in my cart, it said use Apple Pay. I was like, of course. I freaking thumbprinted that stuff. Done.
Well, it's like, even crazier when like, you know, your iPhone can be a part of like daily transactions when you go in person, but when you have the whole Apple ecosystem, like I have an iPad and a Mac, and like my Apple ID is connected to all that. If you go to Apple Pay on a website, it'll be like, you know, is this your Apple ID? Okay, all done. And it's just like, that's crazy. Like, I don't have to get a card out. I don't have to read a number. It's just like you sign in with your Apple ID and you've bought this thing.
It's so fast.
It's so easy.
So fast. So yeah. I also like buying of Apple products on Apple products is so smooth. Like they did a great job. I don't know, man.
They did.
Also, we talked about them last time, so we should probably just get off Apple. But.
Probably last thing I will say about it is when the card, like the physical card, came in the mail, it was very Apple like packaging. Yeah, which I thought was funny. It was just like this nice big foldable thing. You open it up and it's like all colorful, and it's just a white card sitting in the middle, and it's just like, just hold your phone next to it, and you hold your phone and it activates.
It's crazy. It was crazy. Like I kept that packaging for so long. Like I kept it for like probably 2 months. I was like, it's just so sexy. Do I need the packaging? No.
What if you carried that around with you and you're like, this is a special wallet for my Apple card? Yeah, you pull that out anytime you want to pay. Oh, let me get my credit card out,
bro. And it, like I can picture like lighting up. It's like, oh,
exactly.
No, it's a great card. It doesn't have the most amazing benefits in the world, but it's really user friendly. No, they're definitely not bad by any means. It's like 0 fees all across the board. So amazing card if you're looking for one. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So that was how your week was. That was the highlight of your week, I guess.
How was your week?
That was good. I've been off work, so just been doing whatever I want to do.
Wow, just
teaching music and off for all of the week of July, or week of July 4th, excuse me.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Sick.
So yeah, I like it. I wish more places did that because it's been really nice. So
yeah, I've been having a lot of time off too, just like from holidays and
yep.
different things happening at work. So it's been nice to have a little
I feel
bit
like
of a chiller summer.
yeah, keeping the morale high is so important in any workplace. Like just little stuff on a consistent basis, super important. Like that, like, hey, let's take half the day off, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like we just had July 4th, but like the Friday before that was like they did, like, the company calls it RDO Day, which is the business unit that I'm a part of, and it's just like, oh, it's just appreciation for, you guys existing, so take the day off.
It's important, man.
It's great.
Yeah, and I know a smaller business around here that for some of our friends work for, they took like 5 work days off. So like basically a full work week,
Yeah.
but it wasn't all within the week. It was like Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, or something like something like that.
That's
I guess that's 4 days off, not 5, but you get the point.
Yeah.
So they were, get a little bit of a respite. It's kind of like the mid-year. It's like, right in the middle of the year. So
take a breath.
Yeah, take a breath. That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, my week's been good. I can't complain.
Good.
Can't complain. Oh, dude, I saw the Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, really?
New Jurassic Park movie. Oh, I have a funny story. Let me tell this story. Okay, so we went on, let me think. 4th of July was Monday, right?
Yes.
Okay, we went on Sunday at like 8 p.m. or so, which I don't like to stay up late, so that's kind of late. I was like, okay, it's like a 2.5 hour movie. Let's go. Like we got to get the 8 p.m. showtime. We can't do the 9:40 when I'm gonna be dead. I'm not gonna remember what happened. I'm not gonna enjoy it. So we went and we were a little bit late. So we assumed credits or not credits, excuse me. Previews are gonna be going.
Previews.
Yeah. So we might be close to where they do like like it's like this guy is obnoxious. This guy is a scam. And then they have the guy with the hoodie and the little camera. It's like this is illegal.
Yeah.
I thought we'd be at that point, but we went in and the house lights were still on, but nothing at all is on the screen. And like absolutely nothing, no sound, no nothing. So we're just sitting there for like a minute or so. And I turn around to like people behind me. I was like, hey, has anyone gone and told somebody? And just happened the exact person I turned around to. He was like, oh yeah, I just went and told them. Wow. They said they'd call someone. And I was like, well, I could call someone too, but it's not going to change anything. But anyway, he did not appreciate that joke. So turn back around, snooty. Chilling. Yeah, I guess I thought it was funny, but anyway, he did not. So started chilling. Kendall was like, hey, play this game on my phone. Try it out. And I was like, okay, I'll try it out. I was extra trash at it, which was hilarious. So I was entertained, but it was still completely black, no sound, house lights are still on. And then someone else goes down. They're like, I'm going to go down there and talk to him too. So they come back and they were like, oh, they seem like flustered. Like they know. She just said, I know. And then like 2 minutes later, this lady comes in. She's like, looks really, really stressed. And she's like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm like the manager of the place. We can't get this thing to work. We've tried everything. So we're going to give you 2 free tickets per person and refunds for all your concessions. We didn't get any concessions, so we didn't have to deal with that. But we got tickets. So we got 2 tickets for the movie we were going to see, right? And then 2 other tickets. So we have like a free movie night now because of that.
Just like for any movie?
For any movie.
Okay. That'd be pretty crazy if they were like 4 tickets to Jurassic World. So you can go see that twice.
Yeah. That'd be really funny.
That's what my thought was. I thought they were like, so you can bring your friends next time. And I was like, well, what if you don't have friends?
What if you don't have any friends? Yeah. No, it was to any movie. But they offered us those tickets and you can go to the one later that night. And I was like, that's a great idea, but I really don't want to go to the 9:41. Like I'm just not going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just not. Anyway, we went the next day, which was July 4th, and we went to like a matinee, maybe like 4 o'clock or something like that, maybe 3 o'clock. It was really, really good. Pretty intense, like more intense than I thought it was going to be. They did a good job with what's the word called? Suspense. Build the suspense and then hit you in the face with a dinosaur.
That is so opposite of what I heard about it.
Really?
Yeah, I heard it was bad.
Bro, okay. So I have a pet peeve. If we were talking about pet peeves at one point, here's a pet peeve of mine. People just say movies are bad. Like people just say that they're bad.
That's fair.
I don't know why. Like every time I go on what are those like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff, if it gets like 20%, I'm like, this can be a good movie. Like every time it gets a bad rating, I'm like, that was a banger. I don't understand.
I feel like there's always some kind of enjoyment you can get out of like
I'm
any
not
movie.
Yeah, I'm not there to be a movie critic, man. Like I'm just here
Yeah.
to have fun. Like I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just there to not think. I want them to think for me. You know what I mean? Like I want them to make my brain go through a journey. So I'm in very much just chilling, watching whatever's happening.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
letting them
true.
take me on a journey.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I enjoy. Are you a Star Wars fan? Do you like Star Wars?
Yeah, I love Star Wars.
Yeah, I feel like when the like newer movies came out, I feel like a lot of it, like the 7, 8, and 9, like the Star Wars hardcore Star Wars fans were very, very critical, which understandable. I feel like that's one of
Some of
those
them.
like film, like it was good the way that it was. So I didn't see a need to build on top of it. But I thought they were good action movies as they were. Like I
Oh,
still
I
enjoyed
liked
them.
it.
People
Yeah.
like didn't want to enjoy them, you know?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's true. What did people say about the Jurassic Park? What was so bad about it?
I literally heard it from 2 of my coworkers, and they didn't really express
But
details.
it isn't bad. It is not bad.
Just like objectively.
It's in my opinion, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's so subjective, but I would say objectively, it is like what's bad about it? It's good film, like it's good CGI. I don't know, man. I thought it was great,
It's fair. Well, you heard it here first. Your best friends,
folks.
folks. First, folks.
No, the
Uh,
Jurassic Park movie was really good.
do you
I
ever
liked
like?
it a lot.
Do you ever like to watch like bad movies, like actually bad movies sometimes?
No, not really.
There's a movie. So me and my family have this tradition. It's a Christmas tradition, and every Christmas Eve we watch like a really bad movie.
Oh, I like that.
And
Give me some examples. What are some examples
well,
of movie titles?
it started out with watching Sharknado, which is a really
Oh
ridiculous
yeah,
movie.
on purpose bad.
Yeah, and then we watched, I don't know why we followed the shark theme, but the Meg, which is about the megalodon.
Oh, it was actually
shark
bad.
movie. It wasn't great. It was very cheesy and like
Oh,
weird.
okay.
Um,
Yeah, I heard it was cheesy.
but we went down a rabbit hole on Amazon Prime, like bad movies, and there was one that I will never forget. It is called The Velocipaster. So you can use, I encourage anybody to go watch this movie because it is a masterpiece. I've watched it twice. It's like 45 minutes.
That's it.
Yeah.
They can only get 45 minutes of trash, I guess.
Pretty much. It's just like, and it's about like this pastor that gets like, I want to say bit or something, and just like turns into a dinosaur pretty regularly.
Oh man,
Oh
that's
my god!
so bad.
And to encourage, just to tell you how bad this movie is, in like the first 2 minutes of this movie, there's a scene where he like walks out of the church and his family is like right next to a car. He's going down the stairs, and then like the car's like explodes, and he goes no, and the camera pans over to where the explosion is, and instead of an explosion, it says text that says explosion. I was like, oh no, we signed up for something interesting.
That is so funny. That's in like first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to decide. I guess they were trying to be nice. They're like, all right, we need to make them decide quick.
Right now.
They're either going to get on our side and they're going to be about this, or they need to leave like
I was
in
so
the first 2
in.
minutes. Yes,
so
that's good. I feel like it's like exactly 50-50 of like, oh, nope, no. Or like, yep, all right.
Yeah.
I'm here for the ride.
Exactly. So I encourage you to go watch
That's so funny.
if you have a free 45 minutes, because you'll find it quite hilarious.
That is really funny. Yeah, I think I'll have to do that. That sounds ridiculously ridiculous.
Yes.
Old classics are good to watch too.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Strange Brew. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it.
That one.
Amazing. Oh, another thing I had, this is a thought from like 10 minutes ago. Okay, you know how people like hate on Nickelback and Creed?
Yeah.
Okay. Have we talked about this before?
I don't think so.
Okay. I hate that people hate on them because I know that they didn't listen to the music and say, this is so trash. Like, this is just so trash. Instead, what happened was they heard someone say, if you like Nickelback or Creed, you're a blank. And then, whatever And then they were like, this is so fun and funny to like say this when this comes up. Now
So
I have a talking
Nickelback's
point in
sucks.
conversation. Yeah, like Nickelback sucks. Like actually they don't though. Like why have they sold so many records if they suck? Like I don't know, man. Yes, the song Photograph is not great. Unfortunately, that was their most famous, but they make a lot of other songs. Like,
but that
I don't
also,
know.
it being not great, was one of their famous songs. So
Yes,
what does that
exactly.
say?
So exactly. And they've sold so many records, bro.
Yeah.
So many records. And then same thing with Creed. Like I love some Creed songs. I would say like when I was really, really young, we listened to Creed like as a family, like just in on the radio or whatever. I
Yeah.
always loved Creed songs and I still love them to this day. And it's like people just hate on them for no
I didn't even
reason.
know, to be fair, that Creed was like had that same like that same ideology behind it. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
I mean, pretty
It's
much
so
same. I
weird.
remember hearing Creed growing up too, and I didn't. It's fine.
I love Creed, man.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I don't know what it is. And then this like, but the same people, I bet, who say those things, who are familiar with those type of bands, would like die over Pearl Jam, and they just love Pearl Jam. Those are in the same font, man. Like
Yeah.
they're so similar. Yes, Pearl Jam's its own unique group, but pretty dang similar. I don't know. Anyway, a lot of people hate on Drake too. All the Drake
A
haters
lot
who
of
I know
people
who are
do
listening to this,
hate Drake.
stop hating on Drake.
That's so true.
Anyway,
man, the
I love me
rapper
some Drake.
conversation is something we should have at some point.
Yeah,
too,
we need
because
to
you
get
definitely
Devin
have an
Dwyer
opinion
back
on it.
on.
Yes,
I do have I have a heavy opinion on rappers and just rappers and then hip hop. Two kind of separate bags.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
We'll get guest Devin Dwyer tied for best guest.
He is tied for number 4.
Yeah.
Wait, no, number 1. He's tied for number 1 of 4. Four-way tie. There we go. Four-way tie for best guest ever.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. We got to get our 5th guest so we can have maybe even a 5-way tie. Can you imagine?
I was about to say we lied to our audience that we were going to
multiple times.
a couple of times.
We've tried.
Yeah.
Sometimes our schedule doesn't work with other people's schedule. So
yeah, that's true.
Have no fear.
It's okay. We'll get somebody on here. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that your week is good.
Yeah, that was long. Hey, yeah. Let me share my screen. We're going to do an article.
Yeah, let's go.
Before we do an article, HomeBiotic is the natural probiotic for your home. And it's an amazing product. We have a link in the description. I don't have my bottle here with me because I had to move my whole office set up to a different spot. So make fun of me in the comments, please.
I'll do it.
HomeBiotic, great product. I use it everywhere that has water so that I don't get mold in my house. I'm not trying to have breathing issues.
He's not lying. Anyway. I saw him use it the other day.
Oh, dude,
we
went to the mountain house.
Yeah,
we went to the mountain house. Okay, so we went on a vacation, and we went on vacation together because we're weird like that. And I brought the HomeBiotic because I thought I'm gonna leave this place better than I found it. You know, that's always like the tenet. It's like leave it better than you found it. So I brought my HomeBiotic. I sprayed it in the shower after we were done. Sprayed it in the sink. Sprayed it on some of the window sills. And then Sean was staying in this room that had the washer and dryer. It doesn't sound as bad. I didn't put him in the closet. Okay, it just happened to have happened to have the washer dryer in there. It also had a bed. Anyway, I was like, Sean, I got to show you something real quick. So the washer cycle finished. I was like, spray that HomeBiotic up in there. That's great. Love that product. If you've gotten some, I know some people have gotten some through our link. So let us know in the comments how you feel about HomeBiotic. I love it. It's a great product. All right, let me share my screen.
Amazing.
You want to do the YouTube thing?
Oh yeah, for sure. I was going to do the article thing. I'll do that first. For those who don't know,
I can't share my screen.
Oh no, that one's on me. The amount of times that I start to do that, start to explain something, and then it's just like, no, Sean, I can't do it. All right, you can do it now. For those who are new, we like to bring an article every podcast, and the other person is unaware of it. So I haven't seen this article. Actually, that's kind of a lie in this area. But every other occasion.
But first,
snap.
Today's sponsor is cloudmusicsuite.com. Cloud Music Suite your home for private music lessons. If you or your child or your friend or some of your students, if you teach people, want to get better at an instrument, go ahead and send them to cloudmusicsuite.com. Got some great instructors on there ready to teach.
Ready to
Anyway,
teach, that's right.
Also on Cloud Music Suite, we have this blog right here, baby.
Let's go.
So we have our own blog, or Cloud Music Suite has their own blog. Sean and I are part owners of Cloud Music Suite. Full disclosure. So this blog is called How to Stick to a Practice Schedule, written by none other than Kinsey Elliott with 2 T's. Let's be clear on that one. I published this article myself, and I almost spelled her name wrong whenever I put it in. I put 1 T and I was like, okay, let's submit this.
And you were like, wait.
Like, wait a second. Let me just double check. I didn't get it wrong. So good job, me. Amazing. So 4-minute read, and we got a beautiful man playing trumpet right there. So yeah, key takeaways for how to stick to a practice schedule if you're playing an instrument or even a sport. This will be
it could very much be applicable to anything, as well. I would say.
Yeah. Number 1, set clear goals before you begin any session. Number 2, make sure your instrument or just equipment period is easily accessible. So like if someone's a basketball player and they never have a basketball around and they're trying to get better at their handles, how are they going to get better at their handles? They have to go into the garage, get it off the shelf. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If I was a basketball player, I would just have my basketball on my bed so I could dribble underneath my knees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then number 3, be realistic about the schedule that you're about to commit to, and just commit to starting something. Even if like you stick to it for 1 week and you figure out it sucks, just change, do something different, you know? Anyway, yeah. So there's 4 whole dealios there with a little bottom line. You want to add anything to this, Sean?
Yeah, I like the make your instrument accessible bit a lot because I mean, I think you had just like this just happened that you and I had a similar like central location where we kept our like practice like our drumsticks and our practice pad. I kept it in the kitchen because I passed it all the time.
Yes,
so that's where I practiced, is like I would just walk by and be like, oh, I'll just like play a little, segment for my show, and then I'll put on my metronome and be like, I should play it with the metronome, and then turn into like a whole 30-minute session. And it's just like I got more time. And I just think that's a good application. Like it doesn't have to be instruments. Like if you're trying to read 10 pages of a book a day, it's going to be easier if it's on your coffee table in the middle of the living room that you go through every day, versus if it's up on the bookshelf, like way up out of the way. You have to go find it every time.
Dude, it's the same thing with like a foam roller or something. If you're like using a foam roller to, I don't know, like, open chest up, whatever you do, or like a lacrosse ball to hit little trigger points.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much easier if you just leave it. Like, I know that sounds like messy, but you can leave it somewhere that's not in the middle of the floor, but like
still visible,
in the common area, I don't know, beside the couch or something, you can put the foam roller and then you can lay over it and do your thing and actually get some benefit and use out of it. Mm-hmm. I feel the same way about, I have like a red light block. I have to keep the red light block like close to somewhere where I'm going to be like sitting or laying so that I can do like a 20-minute red light session. If I put it away somewhere, it just, I don't know. It's just that extra step makes it, I don't know. It feels like it would make it a little bit harder, but it makes it so much harder. It's weird.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah. I think it'd be good for food too. Like if you like want to eat a particular way, like you shouldn't, especially if you're like starting something new, like starting a new diet or starting to try to eat better, you don't have to eliminate all the bad things necessarily, but you can put the good things in front of them in the fridge. So it's the first thing you see.
It's a really good idea.
Really easy to access, or in front of things in the pantry. So it's just like the cereal is back there, but there's some fruit right here.
Yeah. Or like put it on your counter, put it in like a bowl on your counter.
Yeah, that too.
Because then you're like, I don't know, you wash your hands or whatever, you're making other food. And it's like, well, there's a banana sitting right there. I could go get some chips, or I could eat that banana right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite point in this article. It's just like easy accessibility to pretty much anything is going to make you do that thing if you want to do that thing. So
I agree.
But yes, good article. Well written. Yes. Thank you,
100%.
Kinsey, and thank you, Cloud Music Suite.
Yes. That was a very satisfying sound. I don't even want to say anything else about the article.
That was the period. I put the period at
so
the end
good.
Of the sentence.
That was That's it. That's it. That's it.
So thank you guys
Give
for
this,
listening.
wait, give this a rating. Let's go up and down. We'll go up and down. And we got to give this a rating. So the scale we're going to use, Sean, is a 6.9 maximum. Okay. So
Right, sounds good.
at the top, we get the title and then the author, date it was published, how long it's going to take you to read it. That's pretty sick. Beautiful little picture. And then kind of like a little blurb at the beginning, and then some key takeaways, and then all the stuff. And there's like a hyperlink to a different article in there. And then at the bottom, there's like kind of a page long ad that is absolutely centered.
It is absolutely centered.
Well,
well, I mean, you know, I know exactly what I'm trying to read. You know, there's no ads blowing up in my face. I can look at the key takeaways and decide whether or not I want to read it right away. So I gotta say this is a 6.9 out of 6.9. But you know, that's just me.
It's pretty high. If it was a stars scale, how many stars would you give?
Probably 420 out of 420.
All right. All right.
We have one. If you're interested in more blogs about music, you should go to playmusicsweet.com/blog.
Yeah,
we got all kinds of good stuff.
Yes, we do.
So
more great stuff coming.
If you're interested in music, or you know, that's it.
or just getting better at life.
Getting better in life. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things you can contribute to. Pretty much anything in life. So
no, I agree 100%.
It's great. All right, you want to do a little top three?
Oh yeah, I want to do a top three. So this is gonna be a top three in no particular order because these are too hard. And this top three is gonna be top 3 habits that changed your life. And I'll do top 3 habits that changed my life. So we'll go back and forth. You had a prediction when I told you we were going to do this that too many of these are going to be the same, because every other time we've done a top 3, top 4, top 5, way too many of them have been the same. Like some of them, didn't we have all of them the same one time?
Yeah, I think. Well,
and I was convinced that no one was going to watch that episode. They're like, these guys are schmucks.
I think the closest one was when we ranked the fast food restaurants. We both chose Chipotle and Chick-fil-A, but then we went different directions. But we had a notable mention was like mine, and
that's right.
My notable mention was yours.
I don't know. I think our favorite cereals were the same too, though.
Our top one definitely was.
Definitely top
ever one was
Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
and that's
by a long shot.
So that's not like a top.
You know what else is a fact, Sean?
That the Earth is flat.
It's very flat.
Yeah.
Like if you put a level on the ground, I was talking to someone about this. They said, you know what? If you put a level on the ground, it tells you right there unequivocally that it is level. It's flat, bro.
That's proof right there. My car is sitting in my driveway. It's not rolling away anyway.
And you didn't even turn the parking brake on.
Yep, exactly. So just stay and put. Schmucks.
Anyway, top 3 habits that changed my life. Number 1, you want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
I always tell you to go first, so I'm going to tell me to go first this time. My number 1 habit that changed my life in no particular order is deciding to not eat breakfast. I feel like it's a habit. It's like something I do on a daily basis, right? Yeah. So I think I was like 19 or 20, and I heard someone talk about intermittent fasting. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. I feel like I could do that. I'm a pretty skinny guy already. I don't need to do it, but it was appealing to me that they said something mental clarity, something detoxification and health. And I was like, those are good enough buzzwords for me. Why not try it? What's the worst that could happen? So I tried it, and it was pretty hard at the beginning, but it was hard for like 4 days maybe. And I decided to stick to like a specific window before I let myself get like more intuitive with it. But yeah, basically eating nothing at the beginning of the day allowed me at least to feel a little bit sharper, to make a little bit better of a decision later in the day. Because I never really found myself to be someone who would make bad, I don't know. I feel like most of the decisions people make that are considered bad are probably not right in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, like you're probably trying to respect yourself at least an ounce in the morning, but like at night, I think it's easier to give in to those like decisions you maybe wish you didn't make, like eating some candy after dinner or something like that.
Mhm.
And I feel like pushing it and being a little more clear headed for longer in the day and having to make less decisions about what I'm going to eat early in the day would help me later in the day.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And some of my most like probably pivotal decisions I've ever made have come when I was fasting, when I was without food. So, and I like made that a thing of I'm just gonna not make this decision right now. I'm gonna wait until I haven't had food so that I'm like kind of freed from whatever is filling my head. I'm just gonna let myself be freed, and then I'll make that decision. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that one. That's definitely going to be like a um, honorable mention for me because and
nice.
it's kind of related to my first one too, but I'll get into that. But yeah, when I started intermittent fasting, because that's also a habit of mine, I was ketogenic. I went on the ketogenic diet for like a year, and naturally when you're in like that state, you just aren't hungry. So it's easier to just be like, I'm just not going to eat. And I kind of like naturally fell into that. And I just like realized that if you like let yourself be in that state, like I routinely say to most people that like the morning is when I get the like my best work, my most creative work, my best workouts. It's all just from I think that clarity and being able, and also just like the mental like discipline to be like, do you have to eat right now? Like, is it helping? Is it like, are you in a state where you absolutely need to eat right now? No, you can go an extra hour, maybe one more after that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's super beneficial.
I
I
agree.
agree.
Nice. What about your
Sweet.
first?
So my first is kind of related. And it sounds very, very I'll just say it, drinking coffee. Drinking
Nice.
coffee is my one. But there's so many things that stem out from that. Like most people will say like, oh, I need it to wake up in the morning, but that's not really why I consider it one of my top habits. Like I consider it one of my top habits because one, it's a routine. And I think a routine first thing in the morning gets you into a particular headspace. It can kind of get you into like, you're not checking your phone first thing in the morning. You're not,
Yeah.
thinking about something. The first thing you're thinking about is I'm going to start drinking my coffee. I'm going to start making my coffee, especially if you're making it like not with a machine and like you're using
Yeah.
like a French press or something that's like tactile. I think it's much, first off, better for you. And second off, just much more enjoyable.
Yeah. I have an espresso maker, and I'll say even if it's like it's pretty nice espresso maker. So you have to like use the damper or the tamper, excuse me, and like get it to the right, and you have to like grind the beans ahead of time. It's
Yeah,
pretty like
exactly.
ritualistic. It turns something that's probably seen as mundane into like a
It can be
whole ritual.
meditative. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Absolutely.
Um, yeah. And in addition to that, on the intermittent fasting note, we've talked a lot about bulletproof coffee, but bulletproof coffee or not, caffeine suppresses ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, and allows you to, be in that fasted state much easier. I find that like later in the mornings when I start to get hungry, all it takes is an extra cup of coffee for me, and I'm good. I don't need to eat for like another hour or two.
Yep.
So that's another reason. Makes me alert, gives me energy, makes me have good workouts. Yeah, I think it's
It's
a good
also a
habit.
nice thing to share with people. Like
Yeah,
I
that
get
too.
really excited when like people are at my house, and I always offer like if someone's here at like 9 o'clock, I'm like, dude, what? There's no reason to drive home right now. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I don't like the idea of someone like falling asleep at the wheel. Not that I think they would, but it's higher than a 0% chance.
Yeah,
And like if we have the room, why not? Just sleep here.
yeah,
Like there's no reason unless you have to do something in the morning or whatever.
yeah.
So if someone wakes up and it's a weekend or whatever, I'm like, hey, let's have coffee, and they're like, oh, cool. I'm like, no, I'm gonna make the coffee. So I just enjoy it. I don't know. It's like get to share this little feels like a piece of my house. I get to share a piece of my house with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
100%.
It's that extra hospitality of being able to make it for them.
Yes.
Feels special. So I like the community aspect of it as well.
Mm-hmm. Same with like going to a coffee shop too. I enjoy
Yeah.
I enjoy that a lot.
It's weird. Like the vibe just does something to you.
It really does. Feels like a home. like pretty much wherever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's interesting.
It is interesting. All right, what's
I
your
like
second one?
that. I like that. Second, number two is I'm gonna switch what I was gonna say. Following up. My number two habit that absolutely changed my life was following up. And I don't mean just following up in like business contexts. That's probably what people would think, like, oh, well, he's going to follow up on a pitch that he gave to hopefully close a sale. Sure, yes, I do that. But I don't just mean that. I mean, like, example, after we finish this podcast, I'm probably going to text you either today, later in the day, or tonight and be like, man, I enjoyed that a lot. That was sick. Good stuff. Something like even just as simple as that. Or I don't know, have dinner at someone's house, or they have dinner at our house, and I'll text them that night or the next day. I'm like, hey, really enjoyed having you over. Always a pleasure. Love you guys. Or whatever. Or, anything along those lines. Go do something with someone or talk on the phone with someone for 20 minutes. And it's like, we went all these different topics. I want to send a follow up and be like, hey, love that conversation. Thanks. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
That has 100% absolutely changed my life, because normally I feel very grateful for whatever time I was able to spend with those people.
Just about to whether say, it sounds like you're exercising gratitude with that. Which
yes.
Is big.
So whether it be in a sales context, I respect their time and their attention to like listen to me talk about this thing that I'm passionate about, that I want to sell them on, that I want to exchange what I have for money. I feel very grateful that they even allowed me to speak to them about it. That's number one. If it's not in a sales context, I feel very grateful that people came over to my house and allowed me to make food for them and feed them, or opposite, they allowed me into their house and they made food for me. I don't know. That's pretty special. So anything like that.
Yeah.
Following up is definitely something that changed my life for sure.
I like that. It keeps communication open.
Yes.
Which is super nice. I feel like sometimes people will like have an event and then everybody will leave from that event and then you don't really know what's going to come after that. And I feel like following up just kind of allows you to be like, hey, like I enjoyed it and we need to do it again soon.
Yes.
Which, puts that expectation and can really strengthen relationships. So I'm with it. I like it. I do that too. It's a good one.
It's valuable. Definitely makes me a happier person.
Yeah, me too. That one's a good one. Another honorary mention. I like all of these. They're going to be honorary mentions for me because I do them as well.
I'll match you and say that the coffee one's an honorable mention for me.
Sounds great. My second one, I was gonna say exercising, but I changed it to moving.
Moving I like that general. A lot.
So I think exercising is good, but like I find that the days that I'm like the happiest, the most thankful, the most out of my head and like less anxious is like, even if I'm not working out, just like I go for a walk. I go for walks frequently. Lately I work from home. So lately I've been like making a cup of coffee and just going for a walk barefoot through some grass and through my neighborhood. I think getting fresh air, sunshine, moving, allowing your body to like, I don't know. I think we've talked about it like in a previous episode of just moving your arms and like your shoulders and like, having your body like be more mobile rather than just like sitting in a chair all day behind a desk. It just allows you to like make sure you're healthy and mobile and maintaining your posture. I think it's really
I have a question on this one that's like maybe a little more heady. You know how people say like, I enjoy XYZ because I get to express myself. I would say that we enjoy this podcast because we get to express ourselves and share it with people. Would you agree with that? Yeah. Do you think that having a movement practice of some sort, you think it is beneficial because it allows you to express yourself from your physical body rather than just from kind of the head? Because I feel like we're expressing ourselves from our heads when we're talking here.
Yeah.
But if I have a movement practice, like I have a kind of a long area where I can walk in my downstairs, and I'll like walk back and forth and do different, like even just like turn my head to the side and like hold that like neck stretch for the length of that way and then other way that way. Yeah, I just feel like I'm expressing what I need to express in my body so I don't get like these, for lack of a better word, it's not really a virus, but like muscle viruses will say, like
muscle viruses,
like a little tension that gets held somewhere that like makes a little, you know, I don't want to say tightness because it's more than tightness. It's like chronic tightness.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone has that.
Yeah. And like joint pain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. Especially when you get into like that kind of routine and you start to like make it for yourself.
Yes.
That's another thing that we should talk about another time if we don't talk about it now, is if you want to exercise, you should make your own exercise routine.
I'm going to just write that down real quick so that we can talk about it later.
Yeah.
No, I love that. I love that. Having a movement practice, moving around consciously.
Yeah.
Love it.
That is my second one.
I'm all the way with it.
What's your third?
My third is, I gotta look. Oh, having a nighttime routine. Having a nighttime routine is
my favorite habit is having habits.
I guess.
I'm sorry, not to dunk on you.
He dunked on me. That's a habit though.
No, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
What is a habit? Something you do on a regular basis, right?
On a regular basis, yeah.
That's pretty much the same on a routine basis. Yeah. So I feel like having a nighttime routine is a habit that changed my life for sure. And I don't know, it probably doesn't matter exactly what it is, as long as the things are actually going to relax you, not numb you, but relax you. So it started with taking magnesium and wearing like blue light glasses, you know, and that's like pretty much the basis of it still. Is like something that is going to put me in a little bit more of a relaxed state, relax my muscular system in some way, chill out, not like wired all the way up until I fall asleep. Because then I'm going to have stressful dreams, not going to sleep well, and then I'm going to feel like crap the next morning. And then like deciding, you know, at this time, number one, I have do not disturb on my phone. And number two, I turn my phone on airplane mode every night. I don't want to text. Definitely not in the middle of the night. I don't want to text, number one. Number two, I don't want one 20, 30, 40 minutes before I go to bed. I don't want to look at, no offense to anyone who texts me, but I don't want to look at your texts before I go to bed. Like I want to get into some kind of relaxed state, and responding to notifications is not that relaxed state.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm with that. I don't really have too much of a routine right now, but I definitely did have one for a while, and I definitely felt like getting to sleep and staying asleep was a much easier task in that when I did have that routine. Like,
yeah,
I had a similar thing where I like did magnesium and blue blockers. I had, at a point, I read before I went to bed. At a point, I would meditate, or I have this like acupressure mat thing.
That thing is awesome, dude.
That I think I talked about on this podcast before. It's great. If you just like set a timer for like 10 minutes and just like lay on that, you can have like your own little meditation there, or like listen to an audiobook or something like that. That can put you like right when you get up from that, your body is ready to like crash. It's great.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It works, man.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm with that one. That's a good one.
Thanks, man. Even though you dunked on it.
Yeah, I know. I really gave it the sauce. It's an honorary mention though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure. Whatever. Amazing. My last one is meditating. I think in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be the traditional meditating, like of just like sitting and like counting your breaths and stuff like that. But meditating in some way, shape, or form on a daily basis just kind of allows me to get out of my head a little bit. It reminds you like what matters right now. And I mean, you know, we've talked about it before, like all the importance of meditation and being present and stuff like that. And I think having that as a habit is just, you know, builds you up.
I think this was an oddly beautiful sentence. You said it reminds you of what matters right now. You could have put like a semicolon in that and say it reminds you of what matters, semicolon, right now.
Right now, yeah.
right now is what matters.
Yeah.
That's
That's true.
Anyway.
That's definitely true. Man, I like that. Put that on a t-shirt.
Put that on a t-shirt. That's a Rhett and Link saying. We're gonna get sued.
Oh no.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm kidding.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure they wouldn't sue us.
Awesome.
They're the best.
That's my list.
Yeah. Got a thought of the week real quick?
Shoot. No.
I got one. If you have a thought of the week and you're still listening, comment below.
Please.
Comment below. Speaking of comments, Sid Shrivankatash said, "How dare you forget the party that we all went to? How dare you, Sean?"
I know.
Okay, so I just want to give him a shout out for dunking on Sean since Sean just dunked on me.
Yeah, I deserve that one.
Just had to give him the dunk.
Thanks,
anyway,
Sid.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, legitimately, thank you, Sid. Sean's mad, but
thank you for commenting. Whatever.
We love the comments. So love to see him. Love to hear him. My thought of the week is I wish that people would not commit to things they can't commit to. I think I'm just going to leave that one where it is.
I agree. Yeah, I feel like.
Well, here's I'm of two minds about it.
Okay.
Just do it anyway, even if you couldn't commit to it. Like, you probably can. That's number one. Just to find out if it's something you even enjoy at all. Maybe it turns out that you commit to it for X amount of time and it is just not your thing and you quit. Maybe that X amount of time is a day, but at least do it for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. That said, though,
what's the other one? The other side of it?
The other side of it is like, I like that people like just don't start it at all, because then they don't have to go through like the weird process of not continuing.
Yeah.
And like, I assume it's like, hey, I don't want to waste your time. This is not for me. But they just happened to too quickly say yes.
I wish people said no more.
Yeah.
Or like, I wish it was easier for like people to say no more. I don't know. I think too many people say yes, like very quickly to something because they don't, I don't know, it could be for a number of reasons. Like they don't want to disappoint anyone, or they think they can handle it, or I think mostly the former is probably the most likely scenario. It's like, I don't want to be seen as somebody that's like not capable, but it's like, if it's something that doesn't interest you, like, you shouldn't do it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And you can just say that too. It's okay to say that.
Yep.
Anyway.
I don't have anything to add.
No, I mean, that's a good thought of the week. I agree.
Yeah. It's just played in my head a lot. And I want to make sure that I am not like saying yes to things that I really mean no to, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like I do, but always good to check myself and make sure.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, let's be clear, like, things come up, you know what I mean?
Oh,
so, like,
100%.
Things can be, you can be told that something's going to get done, and then it can not get done because something drastic happened. And like, that's not what we're talking
that is
about.
extremely,
That's
extremely
legitimate.
like real and acceptable. And I don't want to say I don't care, but like, when there's a legit reason to not do something, I'm not like guilt trip guy, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think I'll
do
ever,
what you gotta do.
Yeah, I will never be guilt trip guy. Like, hey, my family's in some tight spot. Well, whatever we're talking about is irrelevant because, you know, I'm not your family. Like, I'm not nearly as important as those people.
Yeah.
So go handle that. That's the priority. And when someone brings something up like that, what they're saying is, what we're talking about that I'm telling you I'm not going to be able to do is absolutely not a priority right now. Respect.
Yeah.
You know what your priorities are. So what conversation is there to be had? Good luck.
Yeah.
I hope it goes well.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, man. Like, take care of what you got to take care of. Anyway.
Yeah. Sweet.
You got a thought of the week or no?
Nah, I don't have one.
No,
I guess
none at
mine
all?
would just be like just piggybacking off of yours, just like say no more. But it's not really a thought of the week. That's a thought of the past 5 minutes.
Sean's thought of the past 5 minutes is say no often.
Only say no. You should never say yes ever. That's my definitely not true.
I'm gonna do a social experiment. Sean, you ready to wrap this thing up?
Sure.
No, you're supposed to say no, bro.
Oh, damn it.
God, I'm
Already messed up.
programmed. He's a sheep.
Austin, are you ready to wrap this thing up?
No.
That's how it's done. That's how it's done, folks.
Yes, I actually am. I was kidding.
Just kidding. That's what you guys should do. My thought of the week is you should say no, but then say just kidding. Like that's
there you go.
That's what I
no,
think.
just kidding. Yes, of course.
Just kidding. All right, let's wrap this.
Really give people the turnaround. All right, check the link in the description. Links in the description for cloudmusicsuite.com. Get yourself some lessons. Get your family some lessons. You can buy lessons on someone else's behalf. Get you some great instruction.
Check out the blogs.
Check out the blogs and check out HomeBiotic and check out my new channel.
That's right.
In the description.
Check out Austin's channel in the description.
Newest video is about credit cards. Why they're your friend.
We should talk about them on here sometime.
We should talk about them. We're gonna do a tier list probably.
Yeah, I like that. Cool.
All right, homie.
It was a pleasure.
Yes, it's been your best friend.
Thank you guys for listening.